Let me ask you something. What's a threat? A threat is anything that can cause harm. It might be something real, like a natural disaster or a tough situation at work. Or it might be something we imagine, like fear of failure, worrying about what others think, or stressing about the future. Now, what's a trigger? A trigger is something that starts up a strong emotional reaction. It is often connected to past experiences or things we are sensitive about. While threats are usually external, triggers come from within. They shape how we see the world and react to it. Sometimes they help us to grow, but more often they leave us feeling stressed or off balance. We all face threats and triggers, both big and small, every day. The real question is, how do we deal with them? That's where Yam and Niyam come in. They aren't just fancy ideas or hard to follow philosophies. They are simple and practical to handle life with clarity and calm. Let's talk about Yam and Niyam. They're part of eightfold path in yoga, or what we call Ashtanga yoga. But don't think of them as some big formal ideas. Think of them as simple values we can use in daily life. Values that guide us, how we deal with others and ourselves. For example, Yam is about how we treat others and the world around us. It's about things like kindness, honesty, and knowing when to hold back. It also includes avoiding harm and not being overly attached to possessions. Niyam, on the other hand, is personal. It's about taking care of ourselves, staying disciplined, being content, and reflecting on how we can grow. These names might sound complicated, but they are not. We already practice these ideas in small ways when we try to live a better, calmer life. Instead of asking, what Yam or Niyam should I follow? Let's ask simpler things. How can I be honest right now? Can I stay calm and not make things worse? What small habit can help me today? When we face real threats like health issues, money problems, or conflicts at work, our instincts take over. We might get angry, scared, or even avoid the situation altogether. But what if we paused instead? What if we handled it with a clear mind? Let's take an example. Imagine you are at work and a colleague says something critical. Your first thought might be to snap back or just walk away. But what if you stayed calm? What if you did not react right away? You could explain your side. Now think about honesty. Being truthful means seeing the problem for what it really is. It's not about blaming others or pretending it doesn't exist. It's about saying to yourself, this is hard, but I can deal with it. When we are honest, we can start finding real solutions. Perceived threats and triggers are a bit tricky. They're often not real, but they feel real in our minds. For example, your friend doesn't reply to your message. You might think, are they upset with me? Or someone's tone reminds you of something hurtful from the past, and you start feeling defensive. In these moments, self-reflection can really help. Ask yourself, why am I feeling like this? Just understanding the trigger can make it less powerful. Maybe someone's critical comment made you feel insecure. Then you realize it's linked to an old fear of failure. When you name the trigger, you start to feel some distance from it. Another thing that helps is contentment. Instead of worrying about what might go wrong, focus on what's steady right now. Focus on what's stable right now. It doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means trusting yourself to handle them. Building resilience is not about quick fixes or instant solutions. It's about adopting practices that helps us to stay steady through life's ups and downs. This is where the values of Yam and Niyam come into play. They act as a guide, encouraging us to respond to challenges thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Over time, these practices become habits, shaping how we approach even the toughest situations. Think of resilience like a muscle. We don't build it overnight. It takes consistent effort, small daily actions that add up over time. For instance, choosing kindness during a heated argument or taking a moment to reflect before responding to criticism strengthens your ability to stay calm under pressure. Similarly, making time for self-care, like journaling or meditating, nurtures your inner strength, helping you face future challenges with clarity and confidence. What's important is to start small. You don't have to change everything at once. Begin with one practice, a simple step like pausing before speaking when you feel upset, or reflecting on what went well at the end of your day. As these small practices become part of your routine, you'll notice a shift. You'll feel more equipped to handle life's uncertainties and challenges that once felt overwhelming, and they will start to seem manageable. The beauty of Yam and Niyam is that they aren't rigid rules. They are adaptable principles. You can apply them in a way that fits in your life. The more you integrate them into your daily actions, the more natural they become. Over time, they help you build not just resilience, but also a sense of balance and peace that carries you through life's inevitable ups and downs. It's important to remember that threats and triggers are a natural part of life. They'll show up in different forms, some external, like conflicts or unexpected challenges, and some internal, like worries and emotional reactions. But they don't have to define who we are or how we live. The values we have talked about, honesty, calmness, reflection, and discipline, are not far off ideas. They're tools we already have within us, waiting to be used. When we consciously practice these values, we shift our mindset. Instead of reacting with fear or frustration, we create space for thoughtful responses. This is where true strength and grace come into play. So, the next time you find yourself feeling threatened or triggered, take a moment, pause, breathe deeply, ask yourself, how can I respond in a way that brings me peace? It's not always easy, but small steps make a big difference. By responding thoughtfully, we move beyond just managing challenges. We grow from them. Over time, these moments of growth help us build resilience and confidence to face whatever comes our way. And that's the real beauty of living with intention. Thank you.